The first finalist in meeting the challenge of the difficult job specialty contractor classification is Airco Mechanical Incorporated for the Sutter-Roseville Steam Plant Renovation Project, Roseville. With its central utility plant nearing 15 years in age, the Sutter-Roseville Medical Center, SRMC, faced the prospect of rising maintenance costs and poor energy emissions. And it was becoming increasingly apparent that the plant would need to be renovated to accommodate future growth plans. Providing vital resources for a large 7-county region, SRMC needed to renovate its steam plant while staying online 24/7 since an interruption of service was just not an option. In association with HGA, the structural engineer, and Interface Engineering, the mechanical engineer, the Design Assist project was awarded under the general contractor, Unger Construction Company. Airco Mechanical rounded the team with its 35 years of experience with mechanical engineering and hands-on work. RF McDonald, the supplier of the temporary and permanent boiler equipment, worked closely to transition from the existing system. A temporary plant was fabricated and was the first of its kind in the region. Complete with all the components of a mobile environment, the temporary trailer allowed for the demolition and installation of the permanent plant without any interruption of service. The scheduling of OSHPD inspections required full-scope planning and scheduling months in advance. When it was learned that similarly installed steel piping had failed on a nearby project, Airco proactively addressed the issue on the SRMC project, even though the piping had already passed inspection. Crews worked around the clock to remove and replace piping materials. To minimize impact to the very tight startup schedule, Airco provided its expert field foreman to oversee installation of new piping to a level of quality that easily met OSHPD inspections, keeping the project on track and avoiding potential delays that could have easily derailed the on-time completion. A high level of communication, quality workmanship, and overall focus on safety were hallmarks of this complex project. The hospital received uninterrupted service. The central plant was renovated under the care and experience of a knowledgeable team, and the future of expanding services looks bright for the Sutter-Roseville Medical Center.
The next finalist in the Meeting the Challenge of the Difficult Job Specialty Contractor classification is Dyne Electric KDC Systems, an EMCOR company, for Owens Lake Dust Mitigation Phase 7, Olancha. Owens Lake was one of the largest natural lakes in California until almost 100 years ago, when the lake's only input was diverted to the Los Angeles Aqueduct. The lake dried up, causing many minerals and toxic fine dust particles from 60 square miles of lake bed to be exposed. This created a major health risk to surrounding communities. Starting in 2000, the Owens Lake Dust Mitigation Program began to address the massive dust storms around the lake. Due to the serious environmental implications, time was of the essence in designing and completing the series of projects. Dyne Electric KDC Systems was brought on board to complete installation of a system that included over 50 programmable logic controllers, PLCs, on a highly fast-track schedule of less than 594 days. The company quickly went to work to develop the code that had to be written, uploaded to the PLC, and then thoroughly tested. On a normal-paced project, this process alone would take 18 to 24 months. In addition, existing partially functioning code had to be matched. The overall review process was triple that of a standard project. Numerous other project components also had to be engineered. More than 30 stainless steel control panels were custom developed and installed, complete with highly complex control wiring and integration of radio equipment. This was followed by an intricate acceptance testing process, the prospect of which was enough to discourage some system integrators, who elected to pass on the entire project. Dyne Electric KDC Systems welcomed the challenge, ultimately completing the series of testing on the first pass. Myriad other environmental conditions and engineering challenges made this project one of the most complex Dyne Electric KDC Systems has ever tackled. Obstacles ranging from logistically transporting equipment to factory acceptance testing, terrain, weather extremes, whiteouts, and working around wildlife sanctuaries became daily events to overcome. Dyne Electric KDC systems not only met the schedule, but also completed it with no injuries and with the highest level of quality and assurance.
The third finalist in the Meeting the Challenge of the Difficult Job Specialty Contractor classification is Marina Landscape Incorporated for Cucamonga Basin, Upland. In June 2010, the County of San Bernardino put the Cucamonga Basin No. 6 project out for bid. The main goals of the project were to restore the environmental habitat and to enhance the open space areas. Marina Landscape was awarded the prime contract for work that included planting, installation of an irrigation system, and construction of overlooks, gates, fencing, retaining walls, trailheads, signage, and other site furnishings on the 200-acre basin. From the outset, Marina knew this would be a challenging job. Not only was the scope of work in an environmentally sensitive area, but this high-profile project had already encountered problems on earlier phases that resulted in claims between the owner and developer. The first major hurdle was to work on the Cucamonga Basin during bird nesting season. Strict environmental regulations required Marina to take extra precautions and extensive measures to protect and work around the birds and their nests. Secondly, Marina had to keep part of the site open to the public while completing the work. With over 300,000 residents in the immediate area, this made construction difficult, as Marina had to section off and cover multiple work areas at any given time to enable public access. The planting phase of the project also posed major obstacles. The basin itself is very rocky, which does not make for easy trenching or planting. With only 240 working days in the contract, Marina had to work diligently to install 20.72 miles of irrigation pipe, 96 miles of irrigation wire, and nearly 1.4 million square feet of custom hydroseed onto the slope. Despite all the challenges, Marina was able to complete the contract on schedule and without any claims, resulting in strong praise from the owner. Local residents and visitors are reaping the benefits of this successful job.